What up, Twitch? It's your boy PU2 coming at you on a Monday night for some Monday Night D&D, and we're actually not doing my campaign, but we're doing Unbeaten Path. So remember that one? It came out, and Fiendzoned ran it, and it was fun. And this is the 35th episode of that, by the way. Makes me feel really old. It's an older stream than me now. It's crazy. So we're going to be diving into that. So get ready for that. I'm very excited to be playing back into that one, and for Fiendzoned to take us through another chapter of that. But really quickly, just some quick announcements. You can find PU2 on all the social medias. We're all there. We're also on TikTok. We're on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Also, I'll be doing some shout-outs at the end. I don't want to do them right now because I got to get my phone out, and I'm lazy. But we'll be doing some shout-outs for some retweets on Twitter, so thank you all for doing that in advance. Also, check out our Patreon. Our Discord is also nice and fun to check out, especially because it's always full of some memes. So the link for that is on Twitch, and you can also see it up there in the top left of corner of your screen, where we're going to fill that up with some fun memes as we go along. You can also check us out on Kick now. We will be re-streaming this stream on Kick on Thursday, so check that out. We're trying to diversify our streaming platforms, so we'll be doing partial streams over there as well. So you can find us on Kick, YouTube, and here for all the recent or old content. Last thing I'll say is don't forget to subscribe to your favorite streamer. Amazon Prime, you can actually do that once a month. And why don't you kick that this way? Let us be your home. Let us be the support channel for you. So just a reminder to do that. And that's about it for me. So I'll turn it over to our Dungeon Master for the rest of the hosting.
All right. Well, I am Fiendzoned. I am the DM of this campaign in particular, called the Unbeaten Path. We launched it because I want to do kind of a roguelike D&D experience with this ever-changing path that if you died on it, you just start over at the beginning. We've been off the path for a little while now, but we find ourselves currently in the Underdark, specifically in the Grey Empire, which is overrun by demons who have come up from the Abyssal Plane. So, fought through some demons, and our party is actually right in the middle of a combat with a succubus. So that's where we left off, and that's where we'll pick up. So think of anything specific. I do like our title today. I said Fiendzoned. It's like Friendzoned, but
It was
succubus is our fiends. I was also the other one that I liked kind of good was Love Her or Fight Her. Like Lover or Fighter.
Yes, indeed.
But Fiendzone's way better.
It's right there.
Fiendzone's the one I had to go with. It was so good. So I think since it's not really gonna be possible to recap super good. It's been a long time, and B, like stuff, lots of stuff had happened. I think just maybe with your character introduction, let's not even do that. Just do your character introductions. I was gonna have you say something that like felt important to your character that's happened in the campaign, but I just feel like it's been so long, I don't want to be all on the spot. Like, it's probably gonna be hard to remember what's gone on. So we'll put that in the pocket for another day when we're more, when we're a little deeper in. So, I'll just start with Battle Armor. Do you want to introduce your character real quick?
Absolutely. My character's name is Karos Fester. He's a Varial Artificer, which is a winged elf and a sort of mechanic class. I use a suit of armor as my primary weapon. I probably can think of something important. It's that we encountered an Avarial lady who seems to be protecting the path upwards to my home, and that is intriguing to me that my people have known about the path even so much as to guard it. So we're wrapped up in this as well. Angels, demons.
That's right. Yeah, she's Sister Rodell. We encountered her fairly early in the campaign when we first started out.
Reasonably irrelevant to what's going on right now, but it's important.
Yeah, but Battle Armor, Karas's people are, we kind of lord them as infamously theistic and anti-technology, and that made Karos and his father kind of an outcast. But we know that there are elements of technology that are required to build paths, so, there's obviously something there. Very cool.
Hypocrites.
Well, how about you, PU2? You want to go next?
Sure. I play Amubis Calfin. I am a Minotaur race, cleric class. Specifically, I think it's, Path of the Grave? Something to the grave.
That's right.
Yeah. Oh, nice. Got it first try. I think for Amubis, the thing will continue to be on his mind. So, just as a recap in general, we got a lot of cool items when we were on the path. But one time, there was companions. And while my companion, Dahlia the Lion, may not have valued much during our time together, it was a flickering flame that was out before it was really appreciated. So Dahlia, Amubis kind of carries around some sorrow for missing his friend, his lovely companion lion. So that was probably one thing that still stuck on his mind, and he kind of hopes to someday see him again.
Nice. See, this is why I wanted y'all to do this, because I knew it would remind me of little things that were relevant to the campaign. But touching on that, one of the major characters that they encountered upon dying on the path several times was the Smiling Man, who was some sort of entity who had a cabin adjacent to the path, where he had kind of collected aspects of people who had lost their sense of being upon repeated deaths in the past. And that's where he kind of drew these boons from and gifted them to our parties. This was always, in sets of 3, as is tradition, and presumably that's where he drew these companions from as well. But Smiling Man did giveth and did taketh away, but they always kept a little element of each of the boons that they lost, so kind of a little building upon itself type thing. Alright, Climate Changer, how about you?
Yeah, my name's Climate Changer, playing Alibaba, the dark-skinned, little dappled red in there, tiefling, who is classed as a warlock with a djinn patron, a fire djinn specifically, and difficult to say anything specific about important things. I guess Alibaba is just always on that fine line between protecting himself and his essentially mobile orphanage that he carries in his pocket versus, maintaining the friendships and the group in, outside of that pocket dimension. He's in his gin bottle. He's got essentially an orphanage.
Definitely Alibaba has a unique relationship with his patron, who is Nefriti, a fire genie, who seems equally interested in helping and manipulating Alibaba, has more than once offered him a way to abandon his friends and leave the path. We don't really know what the consequences of that would be, because he has not yet taken the bait. But always fun little interactions there. Alright, well that was great. We can go right back into our combat. So, just to remind everybody, we were in a combat with a succubus who initially had 4 Durgar that were all being simultaneously charmed by her. She keeps dipping in and out of the ethereal plane to get out of sight and command her minions. And as they took out the Durgar under her command, she had a necklace, which is what was letting her charm multiple beings at once, which is normally beyond the capabilities of a succubus. But she has a magic item that is kind of powering her up here. So the Durgar are gone, but our friend Karos is currently charmed by her.
I remembered that midway through what you were saying. I was like, oh
Yes.
yeah, I'm on the other side.
That's right. He's currently charmed. The succubus is currently in the ethereal realm somewhere where she's able to telepathically give commands. Also, for the viewers, there's a little hanger-on called Nat, who is a deep gnome. The Smurfleboom.
Good try. Always a solid 10.
But yeah, she's an orphan who was living in the sewers where they encountered her. She knows a bit about the Grey Empire and has been serving as a guide of sorts. But she just hides in combat. She's a little girl. And that's what she's doing. So it looks like maybe we ended on Alibaba's turn, or do you think we completed Alibaba's turn and started at the top of the round? Seems more like something we would do.
Alibaba, what say you?
It looks like the most recent things to happen are
Oh yeah, is the chat still up?
Amubus's attacks. So I think it is
Okay.
actually officially Alibaba's turn, unless he did something.
All right.
Oh,
The chat
so
doesn't
Alibaba's
lie.
not feeling too good. Apparently, his HP is pretty low.
I don't know what that
Um,
dot on you is for. It's not flying because you have a
also
separate
has-
flying mark.
He used all of his spell slots and is out of any spells.
Yeah, there's a blue dot on me, a Dwergar, and Alibaba. What is
something to do
these
with
three
fairy
people?
fire or something like?
Oh, was it
We're
fairy
fire.
fire?
That
We're
was-
fairied fire.
Wow.
Mm.
I like
Didn't
how
somebody
pull.
do that?
I love how we are able to pull this together.
Strand by strand, we are unraveling.
Or was it darkness?
Yes, it's.
Yeah,
I really.
yeah, I think
Okay.
it's fairy fire. I think Karos cast it.
Okay.
I've got it on me. I believe Alibaba cast it.
Oh, did you cast fairy fire on him?
Wait, maybe no. No, maybe I did. No, I have.
I
it
feel
as
like
well.
you did.
Alibaba linked it, and by that I mean
It's
be?
not a Mubus.
the only one without fairy fire.
Yes, I can tell you that right now.
Hmm.
Fairy fireless. Well, I haven't got any spells left, so it doesn't really matter. I'm definitely not
Yeah, I don't
concentrating on-
have fairy fire. Yeah, I do actually. Oh, never mind.
Maybe it was
Well-
you. I don't know.
I didn't drop.
Does
in
somebody
the
get it
chat
for
if
free
I
with their
did.
subclass or something? That would make sense.
I
Well,
think
anyway.
that I was commanded to do something, and that is what I chose to do. I think that there was something that I was commanded to do that I was like, I can interpret this as fairy fire.
Right, just to burn a spell slot on something non.
It was something
Hurting.
like that. I couldn't quite tell you. I know
Well,
it's
regardless, we'll
operating
say
within
it's
the-
fairy fire. So, those people can't benefit from invisibility, and there's advantage against them, I believe. Is the gist of it.
It's linked right up here.
I think.
They shed light, advantage, and can't benefit from being invisible. Good deal.
The person's invisible, right?
She's actually in the ethereal plane, so she's not invisible. She's not on your plane of existence.
Okay.
She's
She,
in
she
the
literally
ether.
ghosted us.
Yeah. Are ghosts technically in the ethereal plane in this, or are they?
They might be. I don't know.
I don't know how ghosts work.
Let's get that started in the chat. Was that a good pun?
Perhaps
Some ghost
we should
discussion.
flee from this area.
Yes,
before
you
she
should flee from
returns.
me, because I'm going to kick your ass. Because I'm still evil. If you
my own
remember,
ass.
I can't do any running.
Alibaba, I feel like it's been forever.
It's who are you again? How are you doing on health? How are you? Do you look? Does Amubis look like he's strong, or is he close to death?
He's pretty hardy. Over halfway.
All right.
Yeah.
Alibaba is going to
Press the attack, friend.
There is darkness around me. That was what was going on. It was like making you guys miss because.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Oh.
Alibaba had darkness on, and
But
she
why?
was
So
like,
you cast Fairy
"Get him,"
Fire?
and so I cast Fairy Fire, but it doesn't work like that.
Oh.
Yeah,
But
I don't think
I don't
goes
think
through
I or
darkness.
Karos. Well, because it has to be a higher level spell that actually like produces light, because darkness is second level. So like daylight is a third level spell and would do it, but Fairy Fire is the first level spell, would not.
Yeah, and they're not invisible, so it doesn't explicitly.
It doesn't explicitly harm.
It's
that.
just kind of the same as if there was like a torch in there or something.
Yeah, it does make our rolls even. Technically, if we know where they are, we can aim at the spot, and it's advantage disadvantage. Which is stupid, but.
Can I just say that I know it may seem like we're struggling, Twitch, but reality, this has been 3 months ago, so forgive us.
Yeah, you can sort of track the progress by my hair growth if you look at the last video.
Also,
I
feel like if any potential viewers have played D&D before, they know that most sessions are spent
this is
doing
actual play, baby.
Actual gameplay. What did you
This
do?
is
How did
real
it interact
life
with what I
D&D.
did?
So I think, Alibaba's.
So did we establish if you have Devil Sight?
Then she doesn't have to have a visual. She doesn't have to see Karos to perform the spell. So the darkness.
No, she's in my mind. She's given me commands in the darkness before.
So Alibaba really can't do anything. I think what he's going to do, though, to try and help Amubis is he's going to move in such a way where Amubis is right on the edge of the darkness.
I'm on the
edge. Karos is outside of the darkness. As you can see. And he is going to...
So just a quick establishment. Did we establish whether you have Devil Sight or not?
I do not.
Okay, so you can't see in your darkness either.
I guess not. I think I have what is it?
He could probably track it with Newt. Yeah, no, that doesn't work in darkness.
Yeah, Newt, I can see through
That's true.
Newt's
You could send Newt
eyes,
outside of the
and
darkness.
he has blind sight, but I can't.
Newt has blind sight?
Yeah, depending on what form he takes. But it's only like a 10-foot blind sight if he's a snake or something.
Well, you could always send it outside of the darkness too, and then see through its eyes. It'd be a weird kind of third-person navigation. But
all you're trying to do is get. It's like you're playing Resident Evil 1. You like put him in the corner, and you like move your little guy around. It's isometric.
Actually, I envision it like Ash from League of Legends with a bird. It's the same kind of thing, right? It's your vision.
For sure.
I don't know. You're the only Ash player around here.
Sure.
Actually playing
I don't play Dragon.
I think he's just going to move, as such as he's moved, and then he's going to cast Prestidigitation on the 5-foot area where Karos is and create a harmless sensory effect to kind of attempt to help move us with whatever his move is, so that he can hear, where Eros is.
Sure. I will say that, Amubis, you hear something. Ding-a-ling-a-ling. A ringing bell or whatever it is that you
Okay, first off,
produce.
a bell, a cowbell, rude. Okay,
Oh.
that's offensive.
Also, its range is only 10 feet, so you'd have to be, I guess, slightly close.
Oh,
Is Prestidigitation's range only 10 feet? That's wild.
never mind. Then I couldn't do that. Thaumaturgy. And 30 feet is Thaumaturgy's range.
There you go. You could do thaumaturgy.
You could make me float and go, oh.
Instantaneous sound. I'm gonna just drop it in the chat.
Great. Yeah, so
It's such a
same
weird
thing.
spell.
It makes the sound where Karos is, so Amubis, you're shrouded in darkness,
Ugh.
but you hear to a direction the sound of a cowbell.
They used to haze me at the monastery with that sound.
It's like, he's like, Mother?
My bad.
If it goes over a long enough time, I think it's just bullying, not hazing. Like, I think you're officially hazed at some point, and you're just being bullied.
That's it.
Alright,
Sure
so
mean at that monastery.
all Durgars are dead or incapacitated. So we move to Karos' turn.
Okay.
And
Snap
I
out
don't
of
know,
it.
I don't know if you previously had a
I believe I had
command.
general instructions to attack them. Was my
I
understanding.
think that sounds right. And we'll wait till her turns to give commands, because I think that makes the most sense.
Mhm.
So it is your, to the best of your ability, deal with your friends.
Yeah. So I'll.
So you're out of the darkness, but they're both in darkness currently.
Correct. But I do know Amubis' last position.
Yeah. Well, no, you were fully in the darkness. So you were surrounded by darkness, and then darkness left you, but it hasn't left anyone else yet. So you're on the edge of a sphere of darkness. Because you were both inside it, he moved away,
Yeah.
I believe.
You know what is available to me is a little gnome.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
Not seeing anyone. Having a very general understanding of friends. I'm gonna hoof it backwards and head towards Nat.
No! Nat!
I think I
Run,
can get
little
there.
one!
Forget how movement works.
Run
I
away.
might be 5 feet away. Do I have any extra movement things? Let me see. I don't think I do.
She's but a child.
Yeah. All right. So I'm gonna sort of Terminator walk over to her and take the dodge action.
Man.
Because I can't actually reach her this turn or do anything to her if I do end up picking her up, and I don't know where anyone else is. So
Alrighty. Then we move on to Amubis' turn.
What do I do?
So Amubis, you're surrounded by darkness. All you know is that you heard the sound of a cowbell 5 feet away from you.
What do I do? Alibaba, what do I do? I can't attack our
Don't
comrade.
the noise and snap him out of it. No.
How does
Remember how I used to talk.
How does my spiritual weapon operate? Because it's not in the darkness, correct?
You are the one
Now
making
you
the
are.
attack. So
Yeah, so
if
you have to see.
disadvantage.
So it'd be a disadvantage.
I
But
believe.
could I see to like move it? Like, is it a guess? Like,
Let's have a look.
You can almost certainly move it, like, go 20 feet north, Dalio. But, like,
you create
You
a
probably-
spectral weapon.
Yeah, it doesn't have any eyes.
you could also just poke your head out. It's not super hard. I don't know.
That's true.
Well, yeah, he doesn't know explicitly the
Yeah, he heard the
dimensions, but he has a noise
bell, sort of
together.
there. Yeah.
Oh man. I don't know. Alright.
Can you go grab him?
Are you stronger than me? Are any of us strong? Period.
None of you are at all strong.
I don't know why I had the inclination that I was able to like just pick him up and like drag him. I think it's because I knocked a couple of guys off. In my mind, I was like this huge, strong grappler, and then I looked at my 11 strength, and I was like, no, it was magic.
Yes, your armor has its strengths, but can't do everything.
It's not. It doesn't just give me beefy muscles.
I will cast Spiritual Guardians. So little
Okay.
Dalio heads pop up around me.
Fun rule caveat: 1, you gotta see people to undesignate them.
Yeah,
from
so
the
this is gonna
damage.
this is gonna hit everybody.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
It's
you have to
it's
see them.
creatures you can see.
Well, I was gonna move out of darkness before I cast it. Just I know it seems like I'm saying that now, but I really was about to move before I hit cast because I wanted to move like out of the darkness to see.
Yeah, that's fine.
To
You're
see
still
him.
not going to be able to. You're still not going to be able to de-designate Alibaba because you cannot see him.
Correct, but I only
However-
have to
however,
get
he just
15
needs
feet
to
away
be-
from
yeah.
him is all I need to do.
Now it's up to Alibaba to stay away.
Yeah, so
You've created a swarm of bees.
I'm gonna go right up in his business, and hopefully my friend will protect me.
So you're.
So I've cast it.
So are
from
you-
this point?
Are you choosing anyone to be not affected by this?
Well, I'll.
Are you choosing anyone to be not affected by this?
I can't because I don't see
You can
Alibaba.
choose one very important person.
Well, me, but I thought that's a given.
No, I did mean that, but I
Well,
also mean
oh,
Neil.
I
It's
got you,
Nat.
got you.
That's a potential person you could
Oh,
request not to be hit by it. She
Well,
is a creature.
He did trick us that one time, though.
Yeah, I guess.
That was before we knew her.
Yeah, that's fine. Yes, I choose Nat. I don't
You're
choose
allowed to trick
Alibaba. I can't
strangers.
see him. I
It's
would
in the law.
protect.
It's the law.
I would protect Dalio if I could. He's just a spectral weapon, though.
All right, they flit around you.
He doesn't exist.
It's true.
Once again, when does this trigger?
Start of my turn.
I believe.
All right.
And then how?
So we'll give you a little aura. I think I can do that.
How much can Dalio move? It's
15
like
foot
half my
radius.
speed, right?
20 feet, even. He can make it.
Okay. Can I?
Yeah,
move?
you just do token aura.
He can be on top of the corpse, yes.
Okay, that's what he's gonna do. Boop. And he can get an attack, correct?
Come on,
Yeah.
try me.
An
Cowbell.
advantage attack.
I'll drop Fairy Fire. It's my favorite fire.
Pardon?
I'll drop Fairy Fire. It's my Fairy Fire.
Alibaba, I'm doing this till you
yeah,
figure
it's a
something
measure.
out.
Sounds good.
I realized I couldn't see anyone, so it is
I
actually a
can't do
disadvantage because I took
anything
the
without
dodge
spell
action.
slots.
All right. There we go. We'll drop that.
Then
This corpse also loses it.
Then we are lost.
It's got to do an attack
Just
roll.
try to hit me, brother.
What did I do? Did I do a freaking...
You just did damage.
Yeah, it's just a damage.
Please.
Well, my clicky's not working. Why isn't my clicky working?
Uh-oh.
Hey.
Got some
There we
technical
go.
difficulties, kids.
No way, and also it's at disadvantage.
All right. Yeah, that was supposed to be disadvantage, but yeah,
Doesn't
you
need it
already
anyway.
missed, so there's no even need.
All right.
Dalio,
Perhaps we need to kill him.
this spiritual Dalio bounces through air and goes to do like a tackle, just completely dissipates on his armor and reforms himself next to you. His armor is too tough
I've seen all of his moves.
for that particular attack.
Blast.
All right. Does me moving the turn order move it for y'all, or can I put it wherever I need it?
You can put it wherever you need it.
Yeah. it
We all
doesn't-
have independent control.
Yes.
Great.
It's your own little widget for you.
That's nice for me. Yeah, so next up is Nat's turn. Well, she saw herself get terminated walk toward, so she's kind of spooked. Let me see if she can move any decent amount here. 15. She's going to do that. And she's going to hide underneath this Durgar. Just going to kind of use this Durgar corpse as...
How lovely.
I'm just going to put it in front of her.
Good for her.
She's going to take the hide action as well. I don't know if she's out of line of sight.
What
She
a
might be.
gruesome life.
I mean, you
This
know the area
poor
she's
little
in.
Nat.
So it's kind of questionable. Alright.
Somebody give this child a good home.
Okay. So she's
My
got
brother
a
in
16
Christ,
to
you're the
hide
good
there.
No.
So we're gonna move through to someone's turn.
Boom.
Someone who's invisible, or
Not,
otherwise.
not of this plane.
Okay. I have
Did we learn
That's
her
it.
name?
And also has devil sight, right?
yeah. Her name is Polly.
Oh, that's right.
Like the parrot.
She's polyamorous.
That's right.
Oh.
Yeah, it's like a parrot. No, one L.
I mean, she's a succubus, so what do you expect?
One L. Does she have special vision? Only I know. So let me think. What's going to go on here? Does she need new orders? Yeah, I think she'll say, "Kill the cow."
Offensive.
So your new orders are specifically to attack and move us. He's trouble. Kill the cow. Then will anything else happen? No. Alibaba, it's your turn.
Okay. I think Alibaba is panicking at this point. Just like his real life counterpart, Climate
King
Changer,
of Panic.
and
The Panic King.
Oh, that's metagaming. Climate changer. I want to stay away from that. You don't want to get too deep.
Ever go 3 layers of meta deep?
That's it. Too much.
only 3 layers. Okay, well, in that case, you all just see random eldritch blasts firing off out into the void from a cloud of darkness as Alibaba just starts shooting eldritch blasts at where he thinks Polly is.
Well, why don't you give me 2 compass directions?
Okay.
If you're firing them separately.
Never eat soggy waffles. So never eat. So southeast.
Okay.
And south.
Southeast and south, and you're... So are you, what, like 15 feet above the ground?
Yeah.
Okay.
Something like that.
Alright, so roll 2 attacks with disadvantage.
Okay.
Okay. So you don't see them. They disappear from your sight about 5 feet away from you. But Karos and Amubis, you see a shot go straight out and strike the wall here, and a shot go over the cliff, and you see it go out as far as you can see. It doesn't appear to hit anything.
You got close.
Anything else, Alibaba?
No. He's just gonna float into this corner, I guess. Yeah.
Alright. So you just kind of float until you hit a wall.
He
and
just
then
sort of floats.
pivot until you hit the other wall.
Yeah.
And you find yourself in a corner.
How does this always happen?
So Karos, I believe at the start of your turn you're going to do a wisdom save, dexterity save, which is
Con save?
roll it back.
Wins?
Oh, is it con?
Is it wins?
I don't know.
Let's have a look-see. Wisdom.
Wisdom. I'm worse at those. Boy,
Alright, so that's a
Annoying.
fail. So go ahead and roll the 3d8 radiant damage.
how much you burn my flesh.
With the radiant light. Spirit Guardians, go.
Ooh, baby. So you take 13 radiant damage as, his spirit guardians attack all the joints of your armor, and you can kind of see an inward glow of Karos' body being singed by this radiant light, which is avoiding his armor. Now you need to do another wisdom saving throw, because you have suffered harm.
Huh. Very bad.
And the harm jolts your mind, giving you temporary sanity, which is quickly overwhelmed by an intense affection for your mistress. So now your turn continues in earnest.
Okay. Well, I'm going to look at Amubis and say, I remember us doing this duel once. I didn't enjoy the result then. I'm going to take a shortcut, and I'm going to step to the side,
Okay.
and I'm gonna walk where Dalio is, sort of pushing aside his spectral form, and this is basically just a grapple roll. But what I'm trying to do is I'm gonna grab Amubis and just like take us both backwards off the cliff.
Oh wow!
Oh my gosh!
So grapple roll against me.
Yeah, so you roll athletics, I believe, to attempt to grapple him, and he's going to roll athletics or acrobatics to dodge.
Alas, it'll probably be better than that.
Don't say that. Don't jinx it.
8's pretty low. You've got a better dex than that. I forgot you could use that. You do roll poorly, though.
Hey! The chick cow jumped over the moon, baby!
All right, you reach up for Amubis' horns, and he, with athletic prowess, is able to kind of do a backwards roll in place to get away from your grip.
Man, that's such a shame. I'm going to do it again. I have 2 attacks.
Spoiler alert.
All right. Give me this.
Where did Karos's token go?
I'm
It
underneath.
is under Dalio,
Under Dalio currently.
and under a dead body.
two separate things. All right. I'm just making sure I don't have anything that affects.
That buffs this up. You didn't take the armor of giant strength or whatever.
I didn't. I was thinking about it, but it hasn't come up yet.
Question the...
Strength, who needs it? Not this party. Yes.
Do I seem to notice his like grapple with his consciousness when he takes the damage? Like, do I notice that interaction?
My helmet
on the
is
outside?
up.
Like, do I see a glimmer of him recognizing me and then it go away? Like, can I figure out that attack will help or no? Not at this point. Because if so, I would communicate that. But if not, I would just keep trying to figure it out.
There's a chance. There's a quarter chance that you lose this.
All right, roll your acrobatics. I'm going to think about this just a second.
Fight me.
It might be.
Get a 3.
It might
get a 3.
I might go into the pit. We don't have to answer this question.
I'm gonna kill you.
Exactly. If everyone's dead,
It won't have anything to, Dang. Well, I was never getting that then. Not in a million years. Fair enough.
he's a Dexy boy. So after your roll, Garros kind of goes to grab your legs, and you do like that thing where, when people are like down in push-up position and they jump and sprawl out. You do like that, and manage to dodge a second grab.
Nice.
Incredible.
So yeah, I'll say like after Karos got burned up, you saw him shake his head. He's in full armor, so you don't see his expression. But I think I'm not really interested in everyone pretending like they don't know something. So I'll say yes. You can tell.
Okay. So Amubis shouts back to Alibaba and says, "It looks like our attacks
Karos, you're not doing anything further. You're saying
be getting through."
I'm gonna ignite my gauntlets and just make them glow a little bit, but it's just intimidation.
Cool.
It's a real thing I can do, but it doesn't actually help in this situation. I am shredding.
Oh, do you want to do your temp HP? Temp HP.
Sitting bright light. Yeah, I was trying to remember if I had done it or not. I think it looks like I have my little resource gauge that I have used it already.
Okay.
Because I think
Then
we've been
it
going
is-
pretty long here for this particular rest.
A couple of combats, maybe. It is Amubis' turn. Now, Dalio's actually over Karos' face here.
We're sort of occupying the same space. I'm ignoring him because I know that he only gains, tangibility when you order
You've seen the
anything.
ins and outs of how Dalio functions.
I'm not afraid of him.
So wait, you said Dalio's over his face? Oh, I see. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
Yeah,
Dalio...
so you can move him if you want. I think he can attack from here.
I'll
I don't
move
think it
him
matters.
and then attack with my Dalio.
Kidoki, this is a straight roll because he is not dodged.
Correct.
Okay, 1 second. Sorry, my sheet's being slow.
Oh, meets it beats it.
Hey, go ahead and roll damage.
Oh, that's the spell. Now.
Also, no. There you go.
Yeah, it's my, sorry, it's my browser I'm using.
Yeah, so. Yeah, this time, Dalio rears back to pounce the spiritual Dalio, and it still charges forward and breaks to pieces on your armor, but each of those pieces forms a mini Dalio, which then curve in and attack the joints of your armor as you almost like the force of gravity. They all hit at once and kind of give you a downward jostle. So you take 9 force damage.
I'm going to use my reaction. So as Dalio goes into my gauntlets, as I'm sort of flailing around, one of my gauntlets burns with an incredible light, and I attempt to blind Anubis until the start of my next turn. I mean, the end of my next turn.
I see.
He has to make a con save against my spell save DC, which is 16 or something.
Ooh.
Yes,
Looks like that might be a
do
fail.
it. You're blind, my friend.
All right. So as these mini Dalios strike the armor, you see them get absorbed, and like little channels of energy, like an energy grid, focuses all that to Karos's gauntlets, which then flash with a blinding light. And I'm going to do a little blind symbol here. And that's going to Does that blind people around you, or is it an attack on you?
Exclusively, it's a attack that is on me. After I get hit by it, I can expend a charge and cause the attacker to be blind until the end of the attacker's next turn. Oh, it's until the end of your next turn. Okay, cool. So not the end of my next turn, the end of your next turn. So, Anubis is technically the. So
it's going to be the rest of this turn and the next turn?
And next turn, absolutely.
Oh, jeez.
Well, we'll just do this eyeball symbol. I don't see an explicitly blind symbol. Alright, right there.
Alright, does my attack do anything to shaking off the spell or not?
I rolled a natural 1.
Oh.
Now he's going to have to do a wisdom saving throw, as he once again has been struck, jostled.
Oh no, that natural 1 was for that.
Oh, that was your wisdom save.
That was my wisdom save.
Yes.
No, Anubis was like 13 or something, which is lower than that.
She maintains her control. Alright, Anubis, you still have your action, you still have movement.
Can you take the dodge action when you're blind?
Mm-hmm.
Sure. You're just like moving around.
Yeah, that's all I'll do.
It'll just make attacks against you neutral, though.
Oh, really?
Because when you're blind, they have advantage.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's better than advantage.
I'm still going to do that, then.
Alright, you start just doing capoeira, just like in place. Doing some dodging.
Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. Well, I'm also going to move. Where's the... Okay, I see the darkness. Okay.
Well, you don't see the darkness. You're blind.
That's true. So I'm gonna
go. You don't see anything.
You could roll for it.
You are up against a wall, though, so I say you can like follow a wall, and you did
Trip
know
over
where
the body.
darkness was. The body's not actually there; it's in your space.
Oh, that's right. I'm on top of it.
All right, I'm going to go.
I just moved it for convenience sake. I'll move it down here.
Trying to determine where I need to move to.
Is it even your turn? At least Knack is before you.
I want to move south, following the wall until the wall ends. Right there.
Okay.
Into that little corner, and then just kind of doing my capoeira dance over in the corner.
Alright. You follow a wall till you're in a corner, and then capoeira dance. I think it's a reasonable thing to do well blind. I've seen many a blind person do that myself. Alright, so you have used your reaction, so you do not get an attack opportunity.
Correct.
So it is Nat's turn. I feel that she will not do anything further because she doesn't want to. And
Is it Polly's turn? Or is it?
it is. I'm pondering on Polly's turn. How much involvement I want in this combat.
Ollie,
It's just not going that poorly.
have a
We are.
cracker.
Yes, Polly does want a cracker. Alright, Polly's turn is over. It is now Alibaba's turn.
Question to the DM.
Yeah, man.
This dagger I have,
Yes.
the king of
That's that is the gambler
Yes.
of sleep or whatever. The king of twilight.
He goes
I
by
know.
name.
I have the king of twilight.
No, the king. I think because you passed it to each other, it's actually in his back.
Okay, cool. Yeah. Okay, it is the same.
Oops.
For sure. That's right, because it fused with
I didn't mean
that
to show
other
it to
that
you.
other weapon.
Headphone. Yeah, you gave it like a retracting quality.
That's right.
Here, I will.
Okay. Well, Alibaba is going to.
No, stop. Sorry, guys.
What?
What's happening?
I think I keep showing it to you guys. Maybe.
I haven't looked.
Okay, good. I keep clicking show to players, which normally like makes it pop up and cover everything on your
I
screen.
mean, I've got.
I
the
guess that wasn't
handout
happening, so
for
that's
King of
nice.
Sleep.
Okay, show to.
And it
It
would
was only
make
showing to the
sense.
people whose packet was in. It was fine. All right.
So, Alibaba is going to use the dash action to fly into melee range of Theros.
Okay, keep in mind you still can't see anything, so you don't know where he is or what melee range is. You're just in a cloud of darkness. You can drop the darkness if you'd like.
Yeah.
Because even if you followed the wall, you're well above everyone, you still would have no idea where they are.
Alright. He's going to drop the aura because in essence it's not doing anything. And he's going to observe those around him and take the dash action
Alright.
to get next to Kairos.
Okay. Are you still
And
flying, or are you going to go
gamble
back
it
down to
all.
the ground level?
He's flying. He's 15 feet above Kairos.
Alibaba seems
Okay.
like a gambler.
Yes. It's a well-established character trait.
Alright, it's just stating the
Yes,
obvious.
gambling is how he won his patrons and players.
See?
Never tell me the odds.
It's what we call on brand.
Now, dash is your action, so you can't also attack, but you're in position to do so.
That'll be my turn.
Alrighty. Durgars are dead. It is Karos' turn.
All right. Having still orders to kill a particular cow.
Well, first do your saving throw for the spiritual weapon.
Am I still
Spirit Guardians.
Still in range?
You are.
Sure am.
Yep.
All right.
Yeah, can you
Right
not
on-
see the aura? Here, let
Right
me
on
check.
the cusp.
I can't. No.
We do
That
have an
holds
aura.
1, 2.
No.
That should do it.
It's still half damage though, right?
It's still damage.
That's still half damage, I believe.
Damage is damage, so it'll trigger a save.
Yeah, roll 3d8.
You got
The
it.
damage or whatever the damage is. Good God.
8 damage to me. Oops.
So you're going
Oh,
to take
good
half of
God.
that. That'll be 8 radiant damage.
I wish he took the full. That would have
Okay.
been awesome.
I'm not doing terribly hot anyway. You don't actually
And-
want to be damaging me, remember? You're trying to knock me out of this.
And
Right.
Oh, speaking of,
ooh.
He's back,
So
baby.
with such extreme pain and him being now closer to death than he has been previously, the pain is finally enough to shake him free and say, "Wait, I don't want to be killed by these folks."
I don't want to be fighting these people. I don't want a succubus as my wife. She wouldn't be faithful.
My wife.
She's not a nice lady. All right, so yep. All right. So the rest of your turn is yours, sir.
Hooray!
Which you may want to communicate, not to metagame for you.
Cross.
Yeah, for sure.
Are you
Um,
Are you with us? Cross.
my helmet drops, and I've got some like little I don't know what radiant burn pox, but I imagine
Probably like sunburn,
radiation,
like really
yeah,
badly
something like
sunburned.
And I'm gonna say stop. It's over. I'm sorry. Let's just get out of here or something. And not being
I'm
able
so
to see
glad I
her,
don't have to stab you.
I am going to go to this. This is a real door, yeah.
Where
Yes.
are you guys?
I'm sorry about that as well. I'll apologize for many different things and specifics later.
Follow the sound of my voice.
It's just come north again. I'm gonna try to open this door.
Yeah, it is not locked. It does open.
So, yeah, I mean, I'll just sort of stand here. Now, come through, and then I'll, shut it after. And I will raise my fists and ready my action to punch any enemy who comes near or attempts to get in this doorway.
Okay.
So I'm gonna block it so that people can get out first, and then I'll leave. If that's what
Sounds
we want to do.
Yeah.
That's my turn.
All right. So Amubis, you're next up.
Guys,
Keep in mind, this spell will continue to hurt Karos unless you choose to drop it.
guys.
The Spirit Guardians have a
north.
mind
I
of
don't-
their own,
I don't trust.
and they have received their orders.
I don't trust you, Alibaba. Is it safe? Alibaba, is it safe?
Yes.
All right.
It's fine.
I don't think
Keep in
I
mind,
was
also
lying during
Alibaba will get damaged by this.
any-
All right, I choose to
Oh
drop
no.
Spirit Guardians.
He technically entered the radius, but we're not going to worry about that because none of us saw it.
I'll drop my Guardians,
Sounds good.
and I will follow the wall. And I was told to go into the door, so that is what I'll do.
Sounds good. So you're currently off this map. We'll deal with the rest later.
It's not like I could see it.
So Nat, on her turn, she's going to pop out. I believe she should have plenty of movement speed to... Yep, she's going to dash through. And then it is Holly's turn. Holly said,
Beanos.
Did you say Bino and nothing else on your turn?
all right, Alibaba, it is your turn.
Oh, it's my turn?
Yeah, man.
You said it, okay. Alibaba is going to...
It is only just now your turn. I was not waiting for
he's gonna...
Sorry.
What?
I never get a chance to do memes, okay? You guys are always doing it. I never get a chance, so I'm having my fun.
That's funny.
Well,
Alibaba's gonna...
don't get all your laughs out before you even post it, man.
Okay, well, it's pretty funny.
Eros and carry him out of the door with him. Post haste. I can make
You gonna drag him through?
What?
You're gonna drag him through?
Yeah.
Also,
Well, if he's
we gotta
willing,
get out of
yeah,
here.
you don't have to do a roll if he's willing. It'll just take
yeah, I didn't realize
twice
I
the
could
movement
even.
speed, but I think you can just barely
I
get
can-
through the door.
I can also ready my action to use my movement, which I didn't realize. I just re-looked that up. So I can just follow after the thing. I know that that's sort of
Well, I think he's got enough movement to drag you through.
great. Drag me then.
Mark safe.
Do you like that?
All right, and are you going to shut the door, Karis?
Yeah, on my way out with my foot while I'm being dragged, I'll kick the
Sounds
door
good.
closed.
Well, let's move to another map. This is not necessarily a battle map, but this is like this room map. We'll see if it becomes a battle map in the future. But you find yourself in a room with more or less the appearance of a hallway. Fairly ornately decorated, but also showing some weatheredness from lack of use. And there are all the designs are set into like cave walls with just one door parallel to the door you came in on the other side. Or I should say a doorway, because where a door would be is a rock wall.
Rock wall.
Rock lobster?
Lobster.
Well, I imagine we're sort of running at this point. That's we walk in and basically we see a dead end. What appears to be.
Yes, more or less. A dead end that doesn't look like it ought to be a dead end.
Mhm.
Looks like a hallway leading to
Very
a doorway,
conspicuous.
but where the door inside that doorway is a rock wall, not a door.
Guys, what's it look like? Guys.
It's been 6
Speak.
seconds.
It's
You got it.
definitely you're
enter.
good.
Still
I think
blind.
probably by more instinct than anything else, Karos is fairly we have more blood vials on us, so I'm just gonna like slap it on the doorway, out of just like Is this the path? Like, it kind of looks like the vibe.
Sure. Yeah, with one of your many files of blood, you will place it on the door. I'll say the path doors typically, by these particular files designs, would suck the blood out. This wall does not appear to be doing that.
Okay. So
If you want to go further
do,
and like break it over it or something like that, you may. But
I do the typical motion, and it doesn't immediately.
correct.
And so my mind
it's always
goes
kind of
back
worked
to-
one way, and it's
Yeah.
not working that way.
Cool. It's like scanning your key card on something. If it doesn't beep, I mean, I'm not gonna like try it again.
Or snap the card, or
Exactly. We should. Can we stop her from getting in? I don't know how the ethereal plane works. We're not out of danger or anything like that.
I don't like this at all.
Does anyone have anything left in the tank? I personally don't have much.
My tank is very empty, but I still have my wits.
I'm working on.
Perhaps I can see something that will aid us in this room. I'd like to do like a just to looking around for any switches, anything that might activate something, like a hidden door or anything like that.
yeah. Why don't you give me an investigation check?
And while he's doing that, I'm gonna pray to Uptow real quick.
All right.
I guess should have done that after you prayed.
So, Alibaba, you have a look around. Basically, this is not a long hallway. It's maybe like 40 feet. It's a fairly small area. You kind of just walk along the walls, looking to see what you can, and you're not seeing anything that stands out to you. You kind of poke at all the stones and such that look remarkable to you. Nothing seems to be moving. It all just seems very old and very set. Amubis, your prayers are in earnest. What are you sparing for specifically?
Amubis is kind of
Save me.
Amubis is kind of shaken. I think he like turning on his friends. That this is something new, and this is he's very out of his element being underground. So I think he's just a little. Now I wouldn't say fearful, but he's a little wayward and wanting kind of an answer. So in the past, that's always the answer has always been religion for him. So he's trying to just look for a solution out. See if it gets better on the other side, or kind of just trying to make means of all this.
All right, yeah. So your god of Tao is a god of mazes and labyrinths primarily.
Mm-hmm.
Is kind of what's ascribed to him, but it's also about the journey through life, and kind of the paths one could take. And you kind of your prayers bring to your mind a kind of a teaching of Tao that relationships with people are only a maze if you make them one, and that you can choose the direct path. If you're feeling guilty, there's a direct path to solving that. It doesn't have to be as complicated as we are inclined to make it.
Okay. I've got nothing, fellas.
And like, well, yeah, for
Didn't even feel like you were
Uptown
focusing
isn't
on
like-
the mission. It sounded like you were just sort of having a silent moment to yourself.
well, Uptown isn't
Mid-battle.
necessarily a god of like good and evil. It's not so
Right.
much on that spectrum. It's almost more like, what path are you meant to take? And it's kind of a rare breed who can be a priest or follower of Uptown, because people, they want more direct answers. They want more direction. When Uptown, sometimes you don't know exactly how you fit in his plan. But you kind of have to trust that the way before you is the correct way. You are a piece in the great maze of life, and the only wrong way to navigate a labyrinth is to stay still.
Gotcha. So press on.
So Alibaba is going to position himself over the door they just came through, hover over it, and he's going to take his bag of sand and prepare to drop it on any, if there's any sign of this succubus coming through the door, to kind of disable her invisibility, so that you can see the sand sitting on her if she comes through the door.
I think it might not be invisibility.
Yeah, that's a fine thing to
Okay.
do. I mean, from y'all's perspective, all you see
That's
her
true.
do is
Who knows?
disappear. So, unless you have particular insight into what she might be able to do,
Suppose I don't.
I will say, above game, he's right. She's in the ethereal plane, so it's like, trying to think what to compare it to.
So she's there but not there.
Like like Shadowcat from X-Men, but that
Prime.
plus invisibility. Also, light goes through them, so it's not really a convenient.
The sand would just pass right through because there's nothing there
Yeah,
for it. But okay.
Nothing material.
Yeah, it's almost like she shifted into a world where it's like photo mode in a video game. Like she can move through it, she can see what's going on, but there's no way for the world to interact with her. I think so. You can see in etherealness, right?
Yeah.
Or in the ethereal plane. Other things just can't see you.
You can see into the material plane and anything in the ethereal plane, but nothing in the material plane can see or interact with you.
It's funny because I don't know if there's a specific description of the ethereal plane
Yeah,
other
it's
than the
just in
spell etherealness.
Etherealness, yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of interesting.
Okay. Well, I think he wouldn't know that. And he'd probably prepare to do that anyway.
That's fine.
But
Step into the border regions of the ethereal plane,
Mm.
where it overlaps your current plane. So there are other things in the ethereal plane, not just... It's just that you are slightly more ethereal than you are material, but they're like overlapping. Because it's close.
I'm gonna X out
do-
this turn order.
an arcana check. See if
Yeah,
I see
I'll
any
say you can-
magical.
What is your intent with this Arcana check?
To see if I can see any I would guess magical mechanisms, things that you wouldn't be able to see with a typical investigation check.
Yeah, you can look around for any magic that you might be familiar with, like
I'm going to make
anything.
a specific door investigation too. I haven't done that. Just going to keep that in.
All right, so you're going to specifically investigate the door.
Indeed. Or the area where the door looks like it ought to be. The place on the other side of the hallway corresponding with the door we entered.
Yeah, we'll include like the doorway in that, kind of like this is a general evident exit place.
A little look around
Yeah.
to see how we get out.
Yeah, so as you look around that specific area, there's a lot of this room that is very worn and weathered and unused. But the doorway is conspicuously lacking in cobwebs. There's some smoothing on the floor leading into the door. And you kind of conclude that this is a doorway that people pass through, or have passed through fairly recently. A lot more recently than a lot of the rest of this hallway. As for the door itself, it appears to you to be a rock wall.
Non-existent.
So when he was checking it out and like it's hard surface, right? Like he touched it. It was stone to the touch.
Yeah, he can tap on it, and it's like it doesn't feel like a stone door. It feels like this is the side of a cave. Like there is no hollow sound. There is, like in Rock City, like you're just
banging on stone,
rapping on cave.
Yep, that's rock.
All right, Alibaba, you're looking around to see if you can find anything that is familiar magic to you. You've had dealings in your, you kind of operated as a fence, more or less, in your country, and that's what you were hired to do for the path, to procure items and buy and sell, basically be a broker, more or less. And so you're looking for anything that looks familiar to you that you've come across. And at first, it's not coming to you. You're not seeing anything too remarkable. But as you turn your gaze away from the doorway itself and more around the room, you see that this is kind of marked with design structures. There's a lot of wear, but there's not a lot of debris. And there is a single stone of particular design that immediately reminds you of an item you've seen before. And the thought flashes in your mind, is this perhaps a sending stone? Which is a not so uncommon magical item that sells for a lot, but it's also one of the more common items that wizards who need a little extra cash will make and peddle.
Prince, I believe this is a sending stone of some sort. This doesn't seem very usual, out of the ordinary for something like this to just be.
Yeah, it's the only piece of debris in this whole hallway.
I think he would pick it up to interact with it, to see if. I don't really know how that works. Is it just a psychic cell phone kind of a thing? Or do you talk into it?
Basically, you can send the spell sending through it, which will let you send a message. I might be able to link it in chat, or at least post it somewhere.
Okay. And send a message. All right. I come in peace.
I'm gonna paste in chat. So I will say before you do that, You can only do it once a day, so be wary of that. So I won't. You, if you want to send something through it, you might want to be choosy about what you say.
Just tell them we want to go through the door. Tell us how to get through the door.
And I'd like to add to the peaceful statement that we want to come through the door too.
Yes, and greet you. We bring good gifts or whatever. I don't know.
We bring tidings of good news.
Yes. Of joy.
And joy.
Yes.
Euphoria
Maybe?
awaits. Just open the door. Anyway, end the message.
It's fine. I think that was probably within world limit. You
256 max words.
I think was it? How many is it? Like 15 max words? It's not a lot.
Oh.
It matters not. The gist of what you were saying was conveyed. And it takes a little bit of time, probably like over a minute to get a response. So you're like well within the realm of like, oh, this probably isn't going to work. Because a minute when you're just sitting and waiting is a very, very long time. But you hear back through the sending stone, can't risk the witch getting in. Bring her body and we'll let you in.
How are we going to kill the witch?
Which witch? Well, we can't talk to him again, so we have to kill him. Okay.
Out of messages. I think you're
You've
muted.
been like, hey, how
Battle
do I kill this?
I am. Polly. I was saying. There's a reasonable assumption it's Polly. Let's just... We'll kill her, because that's apparently what we gotta do anyway.
That
Right.
seems
do this in
very
character.
difficult.
I think if we stick together and don't let our minds be taken again, we'll be just fine.
Says you turned on us.
Yes, we're just fine. You did great. You dodged me expertly. I am sorry
Well,
for that.
I don't
I suppose
feel
I'm
great.
taking this moment. I said I would do it later, and I suppose now is later. I am sorry.
All is forgiven.
I do not have a chance without taking a rest.
Beta bros before beta hoes.
That's right.
Perhaps
Here,
we
here.
can find somewhere to hide in here and take a short rest.
It's possible. I'm not certain it's going to take her an hour to get from here to there. She could pop up at literally any moment.
Can we lay a trap?
Do you have any traps? Sure. I don't personally.
Pretty fresh out of traps. I'm afraid I
Alright,
don't.
I say, let's Looney Tunes this, okay?
Do
I can prestidigitate the image of a door on this wall.
Bit larger than 5 feet, sure. It would require some sort of silent image or something else. I don't think she'd charge headfirst into it.
Hey, question, DM. When we were
Yes.
fighting her, did she was on the ethereal, but if I remember correctly, she was like we saw her at some point, I want to say. Is that true?
Did she
Yes.
blink in? Or she popped back in? Or did she just go and leave?
She did. She popped in and out, I believe.
So, would she have seen in her blinking my sword? and have any sort of feelings towards it
You're
that I
probably
would have noticed.
Probably asking me to remember more than I do. You might have used your sword on the Durgar.
I don't think she had any specific reaction to it, and I don't think she was. I don't know that she was paying enough attention. Maybe stab her with it, and we'll see.
Well,
do we want to try to pop back in there and see if we can't surprise her, or to take her in here where it's more of a close quarters kind of deal? I'd personally prefer to not go back in that room with the giant pit, but that's mostly so that I don't have to chuck the Moobus off of it.
I agree. I was not a fan of that either.
You're slippery. I don't know why.
Alibaba is going to
like kind
cast
of wet.
acid splash on the rock ball.
Do you have algae growing on you under here? Is there algae on your horns? Have you been keeping your horns clean?
Yes. Mother's milk.
You might want to go ahead and link that. I'm not familiar with acid splash specifically.
Does it have to be on a creature?
Yeah, I forget how.
I mean, it does kind of have to be on a creature.
I'm gonna create a bonfire in the doorway. That'll work.
He's going to get frustrated, sit down, and just.
Yeah, I'm going to say that like acid splash is, amount that would damage a person, but not necessarily the amount that would damage a rock wall. It's kind of a fine spray of acid. But yes, I will say that you do
a
not
light
see
misting. Okay.
an effect. And kind of the same with the bonfire. It's
Oh no, other door. In the doorway. Over near the other to block it in case she tries to walk through. Well,
okay.
At least she'll at least be burnt a little bit.
Wait, so are you doing
the create bonfire spell?
while you are in the room, you're making it behind you, or while you're out of the room, you're making it
In the room, making it behind us. Pillar fire behind. In the doorway leading back
So you're
to
not
the
leaving
room
this
with the... Are we? Had we decided?
I don't know. I'd heard talk of popping in the other room to see if we could surprise her.
Yeah.
I hadn't heard further than that I remember.
Indeed. We talked about maybe not wanting to go back into the room with the giant pit, but that's...
That's off the table in my mind.
Do you all think we could stay in here for 10 minutes and she wouldn't come in here?
It's possible. We can start waiting and see if she pops up, but I'm a little concerned about her getting the jump on us.
During our rest.
Who knows if she'll pop up behind one of us and start
we
whispering
can
in our
do
ears.
anything about that.
It's true.
Agreed. Are you out of spells, Karos?
Fully. Completely and fully, I am tapped.
I have a few, but they won't help us.
My mana is low.
I could try to... We could try to do a rest, or we could try to do...
I need to talk to her.
A prayer of healing. I could try to do that.
That would be great. I would love that.
It would not... It would allow us to be a little bit more active in plot, and... It would at least...
Yes, why don't you start casting that, and we'll sort of see where things go.
Okay, be thinking on if there's something you can do. I'm trying to think if there's anything I could prepare during a rest that would help us, but I'm coming up empty.
Perhaps Amubis and I
can do find
far
familiar.
enough away from each other that we'll have a little warning if one of us goes crazy. Should we sit in opposite corners of the room, or should we go back to back?
I think we should.
Do you all think I could woo
You know,
her
I could probably
my
fight it off
infernal
pretty
language?
easily. I don't know that these sorts of things can affect you multiple times. I think I know what it feels like, and I think I could fight it again if I need to.
Oh, it's like COVID.
Like COVID, yes, I have. In our
I have
fantasy
heard
world,
you can get that more than once.
it really helped. It really shut down production of the path for a couple of years. Everybody
did.
was building their little trinkets from home.
All right, so
I
think I could talk to her.
I don't think you keep saying that, but
I
I
don't-
don't think you can.
I don't. I'm normally so for talking to people. That's like my main. I love it. I love it. I do not believe that this particular person. We haven't really like. She might sort of have the general guise of a person or a woman. She's no more or less human than like the little imps that we kill and stuff. We're just sending her back to whence she came.
All right, so Amubis is kind of positioning as far away from the door as possible, probably like to the left of the archway, like tucked in the corner, and he's started to prepare the prayer of healing for his people. He's picking Nat, he's picking Amubis and Karas, and just doing a big old heal fest.
Cool.
Sounds good.
So he started his 10-minute casting time stuff.
Is anyone else doing things in this 10 minutes?
I am casting Great Bonfire in the doorway to sort of create a barrier, and I'm gonna just stay fresh and frosty in front of it. I don't really have anything else that I can do that will assist me in any way, so I'm just sort of dodging around, keeping my mind focused on the task. I do a Rubik's Cube in my head.
Have an extra pair of hands, and he's just gonna cast Mage Hand and kind of bide his time.
Send Newt.
That takes an hour.
Oh.
Takes an hour to do that.
Start working on sending.
Yeah. Find Familiar I can do as a ritual, but it takes an hour. I was figuring, like, I don't think I could get away with that, but...
I don't think I have ritual casting.
Prayer of Healing is not a ritual cast, otherwise that's what I would have done.
That seems weird that it isn't.
Yeah, it didn't have the tag on it.
Do I have... Maybe I'll cast
think it's so
Detect Magic.
There's no free healing spells.
That's true. I will cast Detect Magic as a ritual. Cool. If we're taking the 10 minutes anyway, and I will forego having a bonfire up to cast that then, because it's probably concentration.
Is a short rest an hour?
So resting is an hour. Mm-hmm. One tends to doubt we'll make it, but so
he's gonna also prepare Shocking Grasp. He's gonna stand next to the door with Shocking Grasp ready to go.
To shockingly grab her.
Shocker.
You know, that's actually really dumb. You just stand at the other end of the hall with Eldritch Blast ready.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
Just in the front of the doorway with a shotgun. Eldritch Blast shotgun ready.
Okay, so with Detect Magic...
It'll take 10 minutes.
Well, he's gonna float on his carpet, like up in the top corner of the room where he's like in the shadows, you know, and see him. Except a succubus with double vision. But
So, so during this time, Amubis says one of the traditional prayers of his order. There's nothing especially interesting or specific about it. It's more just like, those classic Catholic prayers where it's just the same every time.
Liturgy.
It's a nice little chant, yes,
I'm Lutheran.
that produces some healing. It's a little bit more Uptow based. Maybe it's got little Chultan words sprinkled in.
The like devotion is just one of those little puzzle labyrinths that they put on the backs of like kids
with the
magazines.
Silver ball in it, like it's
yeah.
just like tilting it. Yes, but as that's going on, you're ritual casting your detect magic, which is probably like a scan for you. Like it's got like a little, scanning around the room.
I'm currently how I ritual cast is I'm rerouting power from different like auxiliary functions that I know I'm not going to use. I tap a little bit more out. Yeah. So currently my helmet's off and it's like in my hands and I'm like jury rigging it to just constantly be detecting magic.
And Alibaba is in a paranoid fashion that you're sort of grown accustomed to, just constantly scanning the room, back to a wall, and you get your healing. So go ahead and roll that.
Okay.
Uneventfully.
Okay. So 1 moment. Easy. 1 moment.
Waiting. Obese.
16.
I mean,
Ooh.
I didn't specifically say myself. DM, is that okay? I meant to say myself.
you did.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Do not.
You actually said yourself. You didn't say Alibaba. You said Anubis.
That's it.
If we have
I
George
assume with
run the
6
tapes
people
back,
and a party of fewer than 6, you intended to do all of them.
Yes.
a nearby bug also gets.
So all of you
tremendous
receive 16
sword.
points of healing, and with your detect magic, the sending stone, I believe it's divination magic for message types for sending. I believe. Presence of magic. And of course, the usual magic items that appear on your party are all visible to you. Yeah, thrust web, your armor, the King of Sleep dagger, your Magician's Gravestone has a black sword of magic to it, an anti-magic, if you will, and that's it. The stone wall does not produce any magic aura to you, and you're not seeing anything else worthy of note. The only thing in this room that seems to have magic to it is the sending stone.
I actually remembering Magician's Judge as after seeing it, I am going to. How long does it?
So it covers a few
Okay.
charges per day, and it requires all of its charges to activate, I believe.
Gotcha.
So I try to remember how many.
That's right.
I think it's been long enough since it was last used, since it came into your possession.
Yeah.
It was from you leaving the Ashen Kingdom to you basically getting to this point. I don't remember.
The sewer and stuff at that point, or did we?
So you spent one night. You spent one night with Crumb and
Did we
Mordenkainen.
spend? Did we spend
And you
any
spent
time?
one night with Top. top side, the friendly dirt.
Can we call a locksmith?
So I need to look at the rules. I believe it's only been 2 nights actually.
Okay.
But you recover.
Recovers at dawn. Maybe it is.
Yeah. So roll 2d4, and if the if the total is 4 or higher, you do gain your field of anti-magic. Correct. It does have a charge.
But it only lasts for a minute, so I will remember it, but I will not cast it.
All right.
I think we sort of have it in a back blade carry that detaches, so I can actually wield it like this. Because I've heard this one is stupid, like the back carry, because it's like it's a weird angle that you have to pull the sword up from.
No,
But
your armor
detaches,
releases it, so yeah. It absolutely. That's perfectly fine with me. And we'll just retroactively. I assume you're tinkering on your armor constantly as part of the necessary level up process of a artificer. But we'll say specifically in topsides.
I think maybe
forge.
even I mentioned it.
I think you did mention it. I think we did make a sheath for it.
I think when I was making a sheath for the other things, it was like, King of Sleep got its little handhold thing. I tried to make one for Thrustfoot. It was awful. And then I think I just attached it onto my armor because it's just that I have a sheath. Like, it's not like that.
Very funny.
I think, why don't we just open the door?
Cool. You're playing the risky game, my friend.
Yes, it has actually been a moment. It's possible she isn't just giving chase.
We'd be better off resting.
Maybe, it was all just a big misunderstanding. We surprised her. And, we can all be friends now.
Sure.
That sounds a little too good to be true.
Yes, it does.
Well, our options are essentially to wait here or to go after her ourselves. I'm cool with waiting here for a little bit if we need to, but I could also go. Now that I've gotten that healing off, I'm fairly comfortable going and trying to take her down. If you guys have, sort of anything left in your tank, but we could wait another 15 minutes and have Alibaba much more up to speed. I say let's wait. Let's just wait it out. See how long we can get away with taking a breather here, because it hasn't really been. It's been a while since we've gotten to just sit down. So possibly a short rest or something if we can get away with it. Otherwise, just sort of stay on your toes.
Well, a long rest would help me getting back spells. Do any of you benefit from just a short time in the magic department?
I will benefit from a short rest.
I would benefit HP
I almost feel as if all of my spell slots come back after a short rest.
Then we should risk maybe Alibaba doing you two doing a short rest while I stay watch. I'm pretty hardy. I wouldn't benefit from a short rest. And that at least gives us a fighting chance. If we go out there, I just feel that even there's a 50-50 shot she's there still waiting. At least with spells on our side, we could at least turn the tide. Because let's be honest, she's not corporeal. She's not even here in this dimension. And I slam a little bit of nearby rock wherever it is. I look for something to slam. I'm actually standing in the middle of the floor and I'm just like trying to find something to slam. And then I go back to saying, so that's probably our best option. I am voting not going out there. It is safe right here. Obviously, that's the door we need, and we need the assistance of some magical means to figure out how to get this lady in another dimension. This minx, I'll say minx.
Yes,
I'll
it's
call her
possible
minx.
she is just out there, but I think we'd be safer after an hour, and I think we'll recover better than she will. Because she doesn't get back her friends, but we get back some health and wellness.
Yes.
Yes, let's risk it. We'll attempt a short rest.
I will
All right.
hide in the corner.
I am not resting. I am patrolling. I am vigilant.
You can keep watch while resting.
Okay.
You don't have to sleep. You just have to not be doing like vigorous activity. This is a pretty small room, so I think if the three of you position yourselves right, you can certainly see every part of the room. You know.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
We just pull out a card game.
Yep.
Chill on the
All right.
carpet, the flying carpet.
So this is kind of where we're going to wind down the session here. We're going to say that we got Alibaba, Karos, Amubis, Nat, and a second Nat settle down for a short rest. And that's where we'll end this session.
Nice.
Super healthy Nat.
Nice.
Count the heads. That's what you have to do. We were so
Classic.
focused on the door. We didn't
All right,
notice
good times, guys.
our
Good times,
daughters.
guys.
I feel so
Fun
bamboozled.
stuff.
But yeah, that's where we'll end the session tonight.
Wow. Well, ladies and gentlemen, check the room before you check outside the house is the lesson we've taken away from tonight's session.
I definitely believe that Anubis' prayer of healing hit the second, like he was like, bless you, and bless you, and bless Nat again.
All right, I need some clarification right now. Are you talking about just an insect that he healed as a part of the joke?
The little gnome
or are you
girl.
talking about
I'm
another
saying
Nat?
I'm saying that the second gnome girl, who is Polly, almost certainly, probably got a little benediction on her.
So we went through all that, and the whole time there were two gnats in the room, and we didn't.
We never checked.
Well, we don't know the whole time.
We don't know the whole time.
You're right.
We took
You're right.
we took
We don't.
literally like 10 minutes to chill, and yeah, she probably
Interesting.
just popped up some random hid from the other net. It's a good plan.
Well, that has been Unbeaten Path. Actually, session 36.
Yeah,
Ah.
Not 35. You know what I meant. I had to generate it
funny
quick.
that you also
36.
misspelled it earlier, and so I like it that
Nate.
you're just sort of like, it's just gonna gradually evolve, and then it's gonna be like NATTE, and then it's just gonna get more N's and A's and T's. You're never gonna add a G. There is one in there. You're not gonna add it.
The E is
It's Nat with
silent.
a G, short for Natalie with a G. Everyone knows this.
She's a gnome. That's how gnome language works.
Get
It's all
Natalie the
established.
gnome.
No.
So I appreciate you guys finding us either now or after the fact. Likewise, Kick viewers, we look forward to seeing you on Thursday. Thank you, PS Zombie, for another rousing game of the Unbeaten Path. And thank you, Climate
Appreciate you
Changer.
guys.
And thank you, Battle Armor, for it being the players as well. Join us next week. We'll be doing some more IBS TPS NIC. And we will be picking up from where the party left off in the dungeons. So thank you for all the support you give us, and hope to see you next week. Thanks. Goodbye.
Bye.
Oh, and everybody have a happy July 4th.
That's right.
Da, 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 da.